Right now at 10, closing schools. A committee is trying to figure out which two elementary schools the school district of La Crosse should shut down.
And stepping up to the plate, the Wisconsin Assembly has passed a deal to keep the Brewers in Wisconsin for the long run.
Plus, preventing elder abuse in La Crosse County.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
We have an update on a large structural fire in Caledonia that happened over the weekend.
Damage assessments are currently underway at the Mikan Sports facility that collapsed in the fire.
Now, a spokesperson for Rawlings, which is Mikan Sports' parent company, says no employees were hurt in the fire. The company is currently working with the local fire department and state fire marshal's office to assess the damage and determine the next steps. Quite a bit of damage, as you can see. As of now, the cause of that fire remains unclear.
Bipartisanship in Wisconsin. In the Wisconsin Assembly, a $546 million funding bill passes to keep the Milwaukee Brewers in Wisconsin long term. The bill has been debated for months after the Brewers asked for state funding to help American Family Field. The updated bill calls for more than $400 million of state funding, most of that covered by the income taxes on Brewers employees and visiting teams. The city and county of Milwaukee would chip in $135 million. Brewers ownership would pay $100 million of their own and extend their lease until 2050. Every Western Wisconsin lawmaker voted for the bill.
School consolidation. It is an ongoing conversation for La Crosse's school district. Lincoln Middle School, of course, was closed back in January to help the district address a major deficit. Now, the group tasked with recommending future action to the school board is zeroing in on closing two elementary schools. The Facility Advisory Committee has been meeting monthly since April, and at their last meeting, the committee of roughly 20 members voted to close either Northwoods International and either Hinchin or Spence Elementary. One source close to the meeting says only 15 members cast an anonymous vote. Now, in official committee documents, Hinchin is only using 55% of its current building capacity. That's lowest in the district. Closing Northwoods and either of those Southside schools will likely push more kids into Emerson, data shows. And no matter the final combination, the committee's figures say the district will save about $2.6 million a year. Now, the committee will have its final meeting next month to finalize a recommendation that the school board could then potentially take up. But it looks like they're zeroing in, once again, on Northwoods International and then either Spence or Hinchin Elementary. So we'll stay on those developments as the committee meets next month. And of course, the school board will have the opportunity to make an official decision. Of course, this committee only makes a recommendation that the board can either decide to take up or not to. In the meantime, we saw some rain sprinkles throughout the Coulee region. A little bit. Let's get the latest from Greg.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of rain showers that came through, which was kind of being expected with it. But overall, just a little across there, everyone else has pretty much seen the precipitation then push off to the east and south. As we look at the big picture here on satellite right now that's going on, you can see as we zoom in, there's your low that's been spitting out there, and most of the precipitation has pushed well to the east. Then we have some wraparound showers that are coming into Iowa, but once again, it should remain dry as we go out throughout the night right now, as everything looks like. If we kind of zoom in right now, look at some of the temperatures. Overall, we're still sitting in the 50s. There's those showers that push through. They're now kind of east of the area. To the west, not much. The showers are further to the north, but overall, most of the temperatures towards Rochester are in the mid 50s. And as we go further east to the southeast, we're also looking good at the upper 40s. And there's your showers as we move up to just near, can't even say it, Sparta. And then Eau Claire is actually seeing nothing too. But you can notice to the top of that, all the green has pushed well to the north. So it should be fairly dry as we look out throughout the night right now as we look at the conditions. If I can get that button to click. There you go. Right now for the morning hours, showers should hold off, just a 20% chance. I think most of it will be to the afternoon hours. Same for La Crosse too. Afternoon hours is when we're going to see the showers increase. But once again, still mild conditions overnight and through your day too. Overall, we do have something coming this weekend. It's called the Orion showers. Although not good as a Gemini in December, we might be something that you might be interesting to look at if we can get some clear skies. I'll break down when we should see the temperatures this weekend, as well as a potential significant storm that's coming next week. All that a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. Well, identifying and preventing elder abuse.
That's the goal of the La Crosse County's Adult Protective Services.
Today, APS invited officials from local organizations to learn more about elder abuse. This event is part of a 4-year grant that APS received, and it's meant to help the county enhance current resources for elderly community members, as well as provide new ones.
The La Crosse County APS supervisor says that elder abuse isn't talked about enough.
Working in APS, I've come to somewhat of the conclusion that abuse in later life is somewhat of a forgotten social issue. But I can certainly say that it is present in our community.
Trebelhorn says APS receives close to 400 referrals of elder abuse each year. So if you believe an elder you know is being abused, you can call Adult Protective Services. We've got that number posted on all of our digital platforms.
The plan on how to begin phase 2 of the Prairie Springs Science Center at UW-La Crosse was discussed earlier today. The first phase of this project was approved back in 2018 by Governor Scott Walker, and since then, the continuation of the Science Center has been rejected 3 times. At the luncheon, several of the area's prominent businesses and facilities, including Mayo Clinic, were in attendance. Now, with a goal in mind, the push for approval can begin again.
Still a long road ahead of lots of advocacy, talking with various legislatures, but certainly a very strong sense of community and support that we want to see this be successful.
Tom Still, president of the Wisconsin Technology Council, believes the biggest help would come from the people and facilities of La Crosse, talking to the lawmakers that have the pull to approve this decision about the Science Center project.
6 days after an unexpected outage rocked La Crosse-based retail giant Kwik Trip, the company says that the majority of its systems are back online. While Kwik Trip has not said what led to the outage, large companies like Kwik Trip are favorites for hackers because of the high number of customers they draw. Now, the company maintains no customer data was compromised during the outage, which is good news for consumers because cybersecurity experts say that data is exactly what hackers are looking for.
Social security number information, credit card numbers themselves, and just the personal information, location, demographics, all that stuff is black market, high value merchandise these days.
Now, in a statement sent to News 8 Now, Kwik Trip says while they are still experiencing an outage to their Kwik Rewards program, their retail and customer-facing systems were not impacted, and their payment card processing system remains unaffected. They hope to have the problem resolved soon. Coming up, Biden visits Israel.
During the president's visit, he urges the allowance of humanitarian aid to Palestinian civilians.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with the TurboMax engine. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Once you pick up an Arby's cheesesteak, it's gonna be tough to set that thing back down. Hey, put it back. The commercial is not over. Arby's, we have the meats.
Who's always behind the scenes helping make safe, regulated childcare possible in Wisconsin? DCF. We're your trusted source in support of quality childcare. Learn more at qualitychildcare.wi.gov.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
Welcome back to News 8 Now at 10. As the conflict in Gaza continues, President Biden visited Israel to try and provide some hope, as well as urge the allowance of humanitarian aid to Palestinian civilians.
And for many of those affected, hope is the only thing left to cling to as they have yet to hear news from their missing families.
President Biden embracing Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and comforting Israeli families who are grieving after the terror attacks that set off a war with Hamas.
Like the United States, you don't live by the rules of terrorists. You live by the rule of law. When conflicts flare, you live by the law of wars. What sets us apart from the terrorists is we believe in the fundamental dignity of every human life.
After hundreds of people were killed yesterday when a missile hit a crowded Gaza hospital, protests and unrest have erupted around the world. In our nation's capital, a group occupied the capital, demanding a ceasefire in the war that has already killed more than 3,400 Palestinians. Many protesters were handcuffed and escorted out of the building. The president will address the nation tomorrow night.
The process of finding a new Speaker of the House continues.
Earlier today, Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio failing a second time to get enough votes to become Speaker of the House.
Jordan received one less vote than he did during his first attempt at becoming Speaker. The representative says he has no plans to drop out of the race, and he's looking to win over the Republicans who currently do not support him. Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District Representative Derek Van Orden has been a steadfast supporter of Jordan. Despite the GOP's struggles to elect a new Speaker, Van Orden says Republicans will be governing the House.
Let's remember, the people of the United States of America voted in a Republican majority. So we will govern as a Republican majority.
However, Van Orden went on to say that if Republicans don't band together to elect Jordan, he doesn't know what the next plan would be. According to Jordan, the next Speaker vote is set for tomorrow around 11 a.m. Still ahead, Chick-fil-A on a Sunday.
Ooh, what? No, the chain known for being closed on Sundays, but eating those chicken sandwiches on the second day of your weekend could soon become a reality.
And last week it was a wet high school for many teams, but this week may not be quite so bad. Maybe some showers, but overall good conditions. I'll break down what to expect tomorrow, Friday, and the weekend. All that coming up later on weather.
Dear first place, how do you get to the top? Just keep on climbing. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's Blain's Farm and Fleet of Chippewa Falls grand reopening event this Thursday through Saturday. Join us for huge store-wide savings in every department. Enter daily for your chance to win over $10,000 worth of gift cards and prizes, and catch daily on-site demos with brand experts from Milwaukee, DeWalt, Steel, Hobart Welding, Royal Purple, Kent Feeds, and Striker Ice Fishing. Not to mention renowned horse trainer Ray Ainsworth. Don't miss Blain's Farm and Fleet of Chippewa Falls grand reopening event starting this Thursday.
It's hard to believe that it's been almost 65 years since the Chilson family started selling vehicles in the Chippewa Valley.
Even though many things have changed, we have maintained the same core values and dedication to customer service.
And to celebrate our 65th anniversary, we especially priced all of our new and pre-owned vehicles and RVs with the best savings in years.
The Chilson 65th anniversary sale going on now. Check out all the details at chilson.com and let our family take care of your family.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Dear first place, how do you get to the top? Just keep on climbing. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
The 2023 Fall Home Show going on now at the Board Store Home Improvements. High quality at a low price on windows and doors, kitchens and bathrooms, siding, decks, sunrooms, and flooring. Don't miss it.
Calling all Chick-fil-A lovers. Hungry for one of your favorite chicken sandwiches?
Or maybe it's Sunday and you have a craving, but the restaurant is closed, because that's what always happens.
Exactly. Well, now you can make these chicken dishes at home. Chick-fil-A releasing its first ever digital cookbook, and it's free. Titled Extra Helpings, the book, inspired by Chick-fil-A's Shared Table program, was put together in hopes of raising awareness of food insecurity and food waste. There are 26 recipes in the cookbook that contain known favorites, but also recipes included by Shared Table partners.
Interesting. A blast from your pizza past is now hitting the auction block. A wild vintage pizza delivery vehicle that's going up for auction could serve up a slice of nostalgia for one lucky bidder. This is the 1985 Domino's Pizza Triton A2 delivery car. Originally commissioned by the pizza chain's founder, the vehicle was designed with custom pizza warmers on board and boasted an impressive 80 miles per gallon. Only 10 Tritons were ever made, and even less remain today. This one is set up to go up for auction in November, and although Mecum Auctions hasn't yet released an expected price, the last one was sold by Bonhams for nearly $45,000. So if you have a taste for a cheesy 80s vibe and you've got the dough, there's no topping this age-old pizza cruiser.
All the puns.
How about those
Let's
puns?
go.
Pizza puns all day.
Galore. And break out your library card. The Larchmont Library in New York has received a returned book that was nearly 90 years overdue. Checked out in October 1933, the book Youth and Two Other Stories by Joseph Conrad could have amassed as much as $6,400 in fines. But thankfully, the Larchmont Library, just happy to have the book back, capped their fine at a much more manageable $5.
Woo!
That's quite a relief.
Breaking a sweat for that one, yeah.
Right?
I've had that happen before.
Really?
Yeah, I had to pay about $25. That was about 15 years ago.
Okay.
But I think they're a little more lenient these days.
On the
They
straight
just want the
and
books
narrow
back.
now. Okay.
They're precious.
No longer a menace to society. over
Right,
here.
exactly. I'm a straight arrow now.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, let's get a check on our Cooley Region forecast, courtesy of Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
I'm trying to get over that domino thing. I was 8 years old and I still don't remember that vehicle back in '85. It's interesting. Anyway, we do have showers coming through tomorrow and then Friday evening. Once again, that could impact the high school football. I'll time that out, break that down, what I expect with that. The weekend looks dry, but then conditions really look interesting as we go from Tuesday through next Thursday, even Friday now too. A very wet and actually chilly system that's going to be coming through. More on that as we get closer to it, but it definitely looks wet for that period of time. 50s tomorrow, 60s back for Friday, mid 60s, so above average, pretty close to average this weekend, around 60, give or take a few degrees. And then next week, once again, we start off with the 60s. By the end, we're lucky to get in the 40s probably maybe by the end of the week. So definitely it's going to be chilly, even cold-like for the time of year. Overall, you'll see the big swirl around here. Here's a little bit of a shower activity coming through maybe by the morning commute if this falls to the ground. So basically up to Eau Claire to Ladysmith. That comes through, but a lot of the shower activity will probably wait till the afternoon hours. And right now you can kind of see by the afternoons, hit and miss showers, maybe just a sprinkle or light rain for most of the area towards the evening commute. And once we get past about 5 or 6, I think a lot of areas will start seeing clearing skies or at least partly cloudy skies by this time tomorrow night as most of the shower activity pushes off to the east. So that's what we're looking through tonight. So once again, some showers tomorrow, but nothing really significant. Big picture shows as this system begins to part, we have the one that's going to dig south, and then we're keeping an eye on the one that could impact maybe some high school football games. It kind of dives south Friday. You see a line of showers developing here towards the afternoon hours. Once again, better chance to go north of Eau Claire. We'll have to keep an eye on if the track changes. This may bring it a little bit showers to La Crosse. Otherwise, it'll keep it north. Something to keep in mind of. Still light showers, but it could impact the high school game. That comes through Saturday. Sunday looks like the best day to be totally dry. Temperatures around 60. That storm that we're watching next week is going to be an interesting one. It comes through here. You see it stalled right through the area, and then we're going to see multiple systems kind of along this boundary continue to lift north. So Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday, it gets actually wet and actually chilly. You can see some snow starting to form. By the time we get to Thursday, we're going to see another system come through, once again lifting to the north, so it could be heavier amounts of rainfall even through Thursday. And then towards the weekend, see that blue coming, we're going to see cooler temperatures. So that is a very wet period, and once again, some of the areas further north, the UP, northern Minnesota, and areas up there could probably see the first thing of snow this year as we get closer to the end of next week. In the meantime, we're just for this amount of precipitation we see tomorrow, you'll be lucky to get 1/10 of an inch. Further north, maybe up to a quarter, but a lot of areas will stay under a tenth, and there'll be a lot of areas that probably don't see anything going on tomorrow, but that's what we're looking for rainfall for the next through Friday evening. Overall for tonight, once again, most areas should remain dry in the mid 40s, upper 40s. It's fairly mild for this time of year. Once again, a shower possible in northern areas tomorrow morning, but the better shot's going to be in the afternoon as we get back up to the upper 50s, near 60. Once again, those conditions will look pretty typical for this time of year. And then as we go into the 8-day forecast, we're looking at temperatures getting, once again, in the upper 50s, near 60 for the weekend. It does look fairly seasonable. And then we'll start turning our attention to, once we have a warm next Tuesday, we're going to have conditions get quite wet and quite chilly. Like I said, that system towards the end of the week, I think a lot of areas up to the north are going to see the first taste of snow probably eventually.
Say it isn't so.
Well, like you said, remember last year, last year, it was we had snow too. So we'll see it, but it's possible. So once again, for high school football, a few showers probably potentially up north of Eau Claire. Otherwise, it should be fairly nice and fairly comfortable through the weekend. And then, yes, we'll look forward to the fun as all the Halloween parties start going up.
Yeah,
the weekend.
yeah, it is coming. All right, Greg, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And coming up next in sports, closing in on perfection. The Caledonia football team is a perfect 7-0 so far. They're looking to cap off a perfect regular season with a win in La Crescent. Rob's got those highlights and more next.
You live a life on demand. Movies, shows, and more. Your local news, weather, and sports shouldn't be different. The 8000 Plus app is the free streaming option, giving you everything local on your time. If you have one of these, you can get this.
Get 50% off lists during the big fall home sale at Slumberland Furniture and one of our best finance sales of the year. Pay no interest for 3 years. Get this stylish sectional for just $7.99, up to 50% off, only at Slumberland Furniture.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 in total savings, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
For over 6 decades, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true for everyone. Now through Wednesday, we're celebrating with great gifts at great prices throughout the store. Like this rechargeable LED work light, just $17.99. This Nerf 2.0 double punch blaster, only $29.99. And assorted Dots home-style snacks, just $4.99 each. Plus, make your Blaine's Christmas wish list on the Farm and Fleet app for a chance to win up to $1,000. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland, where wishes come true for everyone.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Get 50% off lists during the big fall mattress sale at Slumberland. Incredible deals like a twin mattress for just $99, or our own private brand Slumbercrest as low as $299, plus Sealy Posturepedic mattresses marked way down, only at Slumberland.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
While the Wisconsin high school football teams gear up for level 1 of the playoffs this Friday, the Minnesota squads were wrapping up their regular season tonight. And for Caledonia, the Warriors were looking to head into the playoffs with a perfect 8-0 record. Let's go to La Crescent. Lancers at home looking for their 3rd win of the year. Caledonia looking to cap off an undefeated regular season, and the Warriors going right to work in the first. Owen Denstead gets the rock. Check out these moves. Denstead weaves his way through traffic, 19 yards to the house. Caledonia strikes first at 7-0. Lancers looking to respond. They're going to connect on the quick pass here, but the Warriors knock it out. Lewis Doyle, the first one to scoop it up. He's going to break tackle after tackle. Doyle refusing to go down. He's going to cap it off with a trip to the end zone. A scoop and score for Doyle gives the Warriors a 14-point lead. Later in the half, La Crescent looking to answer back. Nice pass, great grab by Brady Grupa. First down, Lancers, but the Warriors, they were relentless on the defensive side. Look at the pressure. Caledonia comes up with the sack. Warriors keep La Crescent off the board. And then it's Ethan Stendel going to work. He hooks up with Tristan Meyer. 19-yard connection for another score. Touchdown, Caledonia. Warriors go up by 31. They wrap up a perfect regular season. 44-14 the final tonight in La Crescent. Spring Grove and Houston, both looking for a win to help their chances of getting a home playoff game. Lions and Hurricanes meeting at Houston. Third quarter action, Spring Grove up 14. Houston's Morgan Roweeder looking to get some yards to cut into the deficit, but the Lions, Caden Garrard, comes up with a pick. Lions can't get any points. Next Houston drive, Roweeder with the ball again. This time Houston slips into the end zone. Hurricanes now only trail 8. Little more than 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Houston's Aiden Kulas getting off the handoff, muscling his way into the end zone. Houston down 2, but the Hurricanes don't get the 2-point conversion. Spring Grove hangs on, 20-18. Rushford Peterson has won 3 straight. They can make it 4 in a row as they host Wabasha Kellogg. First quarter, we don't have the video of this. All right, I guess we'll move on to the next story. How about this? The Badgers keep on rolling. Are we going to show that? Nope, we're going to skip to 2 of our high school standouts have made their next chapter official. Let's start in Onalaska. Evan Anderson has been an absolute stud on the court for the Hilltoppers, and now the senior has committed to pursue his basketball career in the Summit League for D1 program South Dakota. But before becoming a Coyote, Anderson still has 1 year left in Onalaska. He's hoping to build on a monster junior season. Anderson led the Hilltoppers in scoring last year at just under 19 points a game. He's not the only star moving on to the next level. How about Aquinas' David Moline? The senior standout will be heading to Madison to continue his wrestling career at Wisconsin. Moline, familiar with Madison, that's where he won a state title last year at 170 pounds, finishing with a record of 45-3. Awesome news for our future Badger. And speaking of the Badgers, Wisconsin volleyball team, another win, 30 straight sets they've won. Unbelievable. Their toughest challenge, though, comes on Saturday. Number 1 Wisconsin against number 2 Nebraska.
Oh, boy.
In Lincoln.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
It's going to be tough. They play again later this in November, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I think right after Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Back in Madison. So
that's
going to be their toughest match.
That's the kind of, I mean, first of all, that could literally be the national championship matchup at the end of the season, but also one where if Nebraska wanted to do that thing again where they hosted in the football stadium, that'd be a sellout crowd. Like, that's how fantastic.
You can get double what you got last time, because they got 90,000 playing not Wisconsin. So
absolutely. Big Ten volleyball is fantastic. If you ever get to Madison, those Badgers are worth watching.
I'll be at the game for sure, yeah.
For sure. All right, Rob, thanks very much. We got more news right after this.
At All Auto, buy 3 tires at our everyday low price and get the 4th for free. Plus, you'll still get any manufacturer rebates. If you can find a better deal anywhere, we'll match it. But we'll be surprised if you do. Learn more at dollauto.com. Simple.
Save 11% on Menards' unbeatable selection of Atlas roofing products. Castlebrook, Briarwood, and Pinnacle shingles feature a limited lifetime warranty, up to 130-mile-per-hour wind warranty, and a super wide design for fast installation. Choose from 20 styles in stock, ready to take home today. Atlas shingles are made to protect your home for years to come. Save 11% on all Atlas shingles right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Everything is getting smarter. Good thing your Touchstone Energy Cooperative has the knowledge and expertise to help you make smarter work harder. Today, there are more ways than ever to make your world more energy efficient, and we can show you how. Take the next step to go electric and put the power of your co-op to work for you. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face
with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
It's the biggest event in King Furniture's history, a complete and total liquidation of all in-stock items in our stores. Shop over $2 million of quality name brand furniture priced for immediate liquidation. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to save as never before on living room, dining room, bedroom furniture, and more. When each and every piece of furniture has been sold, King Furniture will shut down for 30 to 60 days for a complete and total renovation. Don't miss the King Furniture Total Liquidation Sale going on now.
The service departments at the Dahl Auto Group are staffed by the most experienced team in the region. Whether you're buying a used car they've inspected or driving home one they've serviced, you can trust their work for years to come. Dahl Auto, simple.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, this is a spicy one. A hot pepper expert from South Carolina who set a world record for the hottest pepper a decade ago is at it again.
Suffering unbelievably. I couldn't move.
Not quite the sales pitch one would expect to hear when looking to try a new product. More of a dire warning from a self-proclaimed mad scientist.
It is brutal and it is painful.
Ed Curry is the founder of the Puckerbutt Pepper Company in Fort Mill. He came up with the Carolina Reaper and now Pepper X. What he does makes his business truly live up to its name.
Hottest pepper in the world at 2.693 million Scoville heat units.
Scoville heat units are how heat in peppers is measured. Curry even has the hardware to prove the heat, grabbing the Guinness Book of World Records for the hottest pepper on the planet.
Women handle it a lot better than men. Men think they're dying. Women are like, oh yeah.
Curry bioengineers new pepper seeds until he perfects the recipe. In this case, it took him 13 years to create what he's calling Pepper X, and the secrecy around it has everybody on high alert. Because there are so many people and companies out there trying to steal what this little pepper can do, the actual growing process is kept under lock and key. I can't even show you where this farm is. Ron Edwards is a farmer here and tells me they've caught plenty of people snooping around trying to get the secret of Pepper X.
It's really a big deal, bigger than I ever thought it would be.
Curry says the secret is really about cross-pollination, finding out what works and what doesn't.
They've gotten a lot hotter since we started.
But for those who think they can handle the heat of the raw pepper, a warning from somebody who knows firsthand.
And I don't recommend that anybody try this.
No
The
kidding.
key is milk with that.
Oh, yeah, lots
I've done that before. Just drink lots of milk.
Lots of it.
We'll be right back after this.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with the Turbo Max engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Join Wesco and Sparta to celebrate a fun Wisconsin tradition, Oktoberfest. All month long, save up to 20% off store-wide. Plus, as a thank you, you get a package of locally made brats and a free beverage from one of the local watering holes when you spend $499 or more. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to gear up for adventure, on or off-road. Get great deals on our capable lineup of Ford SUVs. including Ford Explorer, Ford Bronco Sport, and Ford Edge, all designed with technology to give you confidence on the road. Hurry in to your local Ford dealer. SUV season will end soon. Now, get 2.9% financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 Flex Buy cash on select Ford SUVs. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
All right, for Thursday's forecast, we're looking at showers mainly in the afternoon. Won't be an all-day rain as you dance about in the rain there, about 60 degrees. Then temperatures do warm up Thursday. Once again, we could see some showers for the Friday night football. Won't be an all-day type rain or anything like that.
All right, keep that in mind, everybody. Hey, happy National Ken Day, everybody.
All right.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.